Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the post-match review. Manchester United 1, Fulham 0. It is Sunday, Sam. Certainly felt like a Sunday game, that, didn't it?
Oh, like I have trouble sleeping, so when I go to bed later tonight, I'm just going to put the first sort of 80-odd minutes of this game on and just sort of snooze myself to sleep because, Jesus Christ, that was dreary for such a long time. Oh, such a horrible game to watch that, yeah.
Yeah, it felt like, especially in the first half, both sides really lacked quality, didn't they? Like, whether it was in the final third, like, no execution whatsoever. And it did feel like it was just kind of, like, drifting just towards a 0-0 draw. And both teams could have assessed it afterwards and could look at it. They probably could have gone, probably a fair result. But for United to pull something out, and also you had the Collier goal line clearance, which can't be understated. A few massive moments in a game full of very little things.
Yeah, just really poor quality, like us on the ball. I just thought on the ball was sloppy, passes just going just like where they shouldn't be, under hit, over hit. I don't think we had a shot on goal in the first half. I don't believe. Like I can't remember a shot happening. Much the same in the second half. We did slightly improve once he made those substitutions. I know you want to touch on Højlund, and we'll probably have an argument about that, but we'll get to that later. But it seemed to improve a little bit, but not to the point where I thought we could win this game. And then obviously, the moments we'll touch on, the Licha goal, which I'm claiming and I'm taking, I don't give a shit. And then Collier, and then the Ahmad goal at the end. It's like pretty much again another last minute winner, like which is like Fergie time's turning into Amrin time at this point, isn't it?
Yeah, of course, Ahmad's goal, when it did get disallowed, it was like, literally the tiniest fucking shred of offside. I was
like a cat whisker, wasn't it? Like, it was like ridiculous.
I mean, the rules are the rules, and it is what it is. But, I don't know. I was a little bit surprised by Fulham, to be honest with you. I felt like, especially at the start, looking at the likes of Iwobi and Robinson, I was like, they had moments, but then in the final third, it's really, really shocking. Which I suppose is why the mid-table is, because they do have the ability, but sometimes they have inconsistencies, especially with their individuals. But we always try to go through the game chronologically, and the first half, the biggest standout moment for me was Rasmus Højlund trying to play the ball into him. A Danish pastry, very fitting because he's flaky as fuck in that role. I know you probably come back and you'll say he's a channel runner, you need to play it in behind. But obviously centre-backs know that, so they're going to push him into those areas and challenge him. His first touch, regardless whether you say he's wrestling with centre-backs or whatever it is, his first touch is one of the worst in the league. By a mile.
I just think we're not utilising him the way we should be. And I don't understand why we're starting him and then we're hitting long balls up from Onana for him to take down when it's not what he does. And we've seen it multiple times. He's not good at this. If you chuck a long ball up to him, expect to take it down and wrestle a centre-back, he's not good at it. Stop doing it. Or if you're going to do that, play Xerxes. Why is Amrin putting Højlund up there and then like the players are launching the ball up to him like that and expect him to control it, turn? Like, it's not that guy. Ball in behind, into channel, spin his defender. That's what he does. It's just, I feel so bad for him because they're underutilizing him and they're using him in the wrong way. If we're going to play like this and do those sort of balls, play Xerxes. He's so much better at it. And you saw that once he came on and he was able to influence play. I feel bad for him because he's going to get loads of pelters and it's not really his fault. I get what you're saying, but his touch and stuff like that, and it has to improve.
His first touch is absolutely his fault.
Yeah. He needs to sort of improve that, but utilize him that way when we bought him for a different total reason. It's just
he's utilising something, Sam, and this first touch. It's simple stuff that you're a striker for United.
Yeah, but it's like when we got Juan Mata. I mean, we played him out on the wing when he was player of the year twice at Chelsea, playing in the 10. It's like why are we doing that? Why have we bought a player to play him in the wrong way? It just doesn't make sense to me. But but we'll have to agree to disagree on that, I guess, because I think we're gonna have different opinions on it.
With Lisandro scoring now, he's now equalled Højlund's tally for the season because obviously he got one at Anfield as well, didn't it? But maybe it might just be a case of obviously he was bought under a previous manager. The manager wanted to use him a certain way. One, we definitely overpaid for him because that is not a £70 million striker. That is a £30 million striker at max.
I read I don't know if it's on Talk of the Devils or it was on a Laura Whitwell article. I can't remember. But when we were originally in for him, Atalanta were talking 35, 40 million for him. And then when it came to like late stages, they jacked the price up. And because we'd already invested so much at that point, like Murta and Arnold, they then paid it, which I think that's what happened there. Similar thing happened with Anthony, didn't it? Like they just kept putting the price up and then we paid it. So
I think it's very important to note as well. I completely forgot about this. Fulham had 8 days to prepare for that game. Yeah. Obviously, we played twice within that period, I think, as well. So there was a case of when you were looking at it, when they have players like Iwobi, Traore coming on, who you just knew him and Licha was going to get into it, didn't you? You knew that was going to happen.
You see the jumping tackle he did again? Like within
I don't know why he does that.
Where was
the other place that he did it?
Is it Palace?
Yeah, I think you might be right. I think it was Crystal Palace. Yeah. Why are you diving in tackles like that? You know that gets you a red card. It's stupid.
Especially on Traore. It's like tackling a brick wall. Like, you're just going to bounce off. Like, I thought, madness from Licha.
But yeah, they've got athletes like Iwobi, like Traore, Robinson, very quick, powerful runners. And I didn't feel like they took advantage of that, to be honest, because we look leggy. I mean, I said Bruno Fernandes picked him up from the start, who didn't have an amazing game today. He looked so leggy in the middle of the park. I think we desperately need a midfielder in there alongside Ugarte, who I don't know if he's injured, by the way, because he went off, didn't he?
Yeah, maybe it was a bit precautionary because he took that bump, didn't he? Yeah. And I think maybe he was thinking of bringing Collier on anyway, so maybe it's just precautionary. Let's take him off. Let's make sure like he doesn't aggravate it further. But yeah, hopefully he's not too injured. We said the same thing about De Ligt and Maguire in the last game, didn't they? They played full 90 minutes today, didn't they? So maybe.
Team 99 saying very slow and pedestrian, but decent defensive display. I feel sorry for Højlund. UTFR saying we're making Højlund look shit. Jamie Lomas, we cannot be giving Højlund a hard time. It's not his game. It's never has been, and it wasn't why he was signed. Marco Silva must absolutely hate playing us, even when we're awful. We still beat them.
That record still stands. We've not lost at Craven Cottage since 2009.
Yeah.
Like, that's insane. The way we've been playing the last couple of years as well, like, that's ridiculous.
Yeah, Lissandro said after the game, and you can see it on the news sticker in front of you guys, it says, this guy's a big, about Toby Collier, this guy's a big example to the young generation. He works so hard, and he's so humble. It looks like he might, if Ugarte is injured, Sam, does he deserve an opportunity now, do you think?
Absolutely. I think he had a really solid performance. Was it the Rangers game he started?
Yes.
Really solid performance there. Keeps it simple, doesn't he? Plays the right pass, makes the right decision, does all the things that you need him to. He's not flashy. He's not like a Kobe Mainoo where he dazzles you and you think, oh my God, like that. But just gets on with it and like honest, like Licha says, humble guy. And that clearance, what a fucking clearance that is. That is almost as good as a goal when that happened. I was shouting like when that happened, like such a good fucking moment, and all credit to him for being in the right place at the right time and getting his head on it. Fucking great. But yeah, if Agati is out, or maybe Amarin's thinking I need to just rest him for a bit, I think Toby Collier is more than a good enough substitute.
I think he's ready, to be honest with you. He seems very, very mature. Obviously, I know they're instructed on set pieces to be there. Like, whoever goes on, they probably would have said, you're filling in at back post if you need to go on. But just to have the patience, calmness to kind of... Because that was razor close. I thought it went over initially. I thought he was going to blow the whistle.
His body was like all the way back over the line, wasn't it? And I was just like, but I was like, I'm glad it wasn't over the line. And you saw the players afterwards just going up to him, fucking shaking him and like screaming and like congratulating him. So yeah, fucking brilliant from Toby Collier.
But games like that, they need those moments, don't they? Because like we said, it felt like it was drifting towards a 0-0. That game, if I was to compare it to anything, I don't know if anyone in the chat watched Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis. It was that fight. It was just nothing. No one laying a glove. Just very like both standing off each other. Nothing really happening. And sometimes it takes big moments like Collier clearing it off the line to go, right, let's go win this game now. Because even when we're looking for an impact or something off the bench, we had one attacker on the bench today.
Yeah.
We had Xerxes. Yeah. That was it. And there's talks of... I wanted to ask you about this. There was talks, obviously, of Garnacho going, which we spoke about on Sunday Social today. Yeah. How can you let him go if you're that light up top?
Well, we've let Anthony go already, and apparently Ruben Amorim was saying he doesn't want to let players go, including Anthony, unless there's a replacement coming in. And I've heard nothing. about a potential attacker. So we've lost one attacker. I know it's Anthony, and I know he's not that great and stuff, but it's still one attacker less. It's still one attacker less than we have now. And if Garnacho goes out the door, that means we have to bring in two. We have to bring in two attackers in 7-8 days. That's a worry. That's really a worry. Like, because if Højlund or Xerxes are not there, we basically have no forward line. Like, there is no forward line. So worrying.
Well, relying on players like Lisandro to score that. I know it was a heavy deflection, but I like it. He's getting into those areas now where he's pressing forward, whether it be on the edge of the 18-yard box or even pushing into the box when he scored against Liverpool. But the assist against Rangers was in a similar area where he pushed forward, put the ball in for Bruno Fernandes. And today he had to kind of step forward and think, fuck it, I'll just get the goal. If no one else is going to put it in the back of the net, I'll step forward, and you need that. And just some stats on him today. Obviously, he got man of the match. 100% aerial duels won, 92% pass accuracy, 55 passes completed, 5 duels won, 4 tackles attempted, 3 tackles won, 1 clearance, and 1 goal.
Which back to his best, isn't he?
He is back.
He's back to his best. He's back to his best. We had that worry at the beginning of the season where he had a couple of games, and you're like, is this guy after the injury? Is he going to be the same? Are we worried here? Do we need to look at maybe a left centre back and stuff like that? But I think the last few games, he's stepped up and he's been really, really good. Like you said, the Rangers game with the assist to Bruno, I thought he's fantastic against Liverpool and Arsenal. And then this game as well, solid, got another goal. But yeah, I'm glad he's stepping up, because God, we need players like that to step up, because so many bad performances. So yeah, I'm glad Licha's stepping up again.
It's taken him a while though, hasn't it? He's taken him a hot minute. He had a really, really sticky patch. I mean, we absolutely love Lisandro. We always speak about him, but it's some of his performances, especially under Ten Hag towards the end of his kind of tenure. Oh my God, atrocious. But he's back for now. For now, I don't want to overhype it. It's a stat here. Since Ruben Amorim took charge of United, only Ahmad, Bruno, and Højlund have been directly involved in more goals than Lisandro Martinez. That's hilarious.
It's like the Scott McTominay thing. You remember when he was our top scorer for fucking ages, like Scott McTominay? Yeah. It's like Lisandro's going to end up being our top scorer at this point if he carries on.
Ruben Amorim's just been asked about the transfer window, so we have to be cautious. We did mistakes in the past. We cannot do that now. I appreciate that, and I get what he's talking about. But then do you just not get anyone because it's not the right player? Do you go thin? I don't know if that's the right decision, to be honest. Even if it's a loan. Bring in a loan. If it fucks up, you send them back to the club, you know?
Yeah, I think loan's probably the way to go. Like, if we can't spend, which from everything that's coming out, it seems like that's the case, loan is probably the way to go. Like, I thought last year when Reguilon came in, I thought he was decent. Like, he wasn't stunning, fantastic. I thought he was decent and he did a job.
He was a left back.
And he's a left back as well. So can we do something similar there? Get left back striker or forward or something? Like, can we do something there? That would be good, because we need bodies, like you said. Like, we've let Anthony go. God knows when Shaw is coming back, if ever. But last year, I don't think Amorim trusts him, does he? Like, he's just not played him.
Doesn't look the same either. No. Seems a bit off it.
So we need a left wing back. So yeah, I'm hoping United are going to do something in the market. But for me, I think we spoke about it on Sunday Social. I probably only see Dorgu coming in, if anybody. I don't really see much coming in the door, unless they surprise us. Maybe they surprise us.
I'm telling you now, bring Patrick Dorgu and Nkunku, that team will change significantly. I promise you. Because you have a natural athletic left back, which opens the game up so much more.
Yep.
Where he might have a bit of a bedding in period, but he is naturally suited to that role. And also, whilst we're on the conversation of that as well, we'll talk about Nkunku, I thought Dalot looked a lot better on that right-hand side than he does on the left. It looks a lot more comfortable.
I don't want to see him on the left anymore. Like, he can't play on the left anymore. It's so frustrating to watch.
So like bombing forward. There's no cutting in, and I think Mazraoui, I don't know, just for me, based off that game, which isn't a lot. No, I prefer Dalot as a right wing back and Maz, because Maz looks comfortable tucking in and operating in different areas. I don't know what anyone else thinks. Let us know. But that was just the feeling I had.
He tucked in. When he was tucking in as well, he's almost playing like another 10, wasn't he? Like, when he was going forward and stuff, especially in the first half, he was trying to create and stuff like that. And I think if we get a proper left wing back, that'd be more effective. I think Chivy said that in the chat. If you get a proper left wing back in that position, that's going to be way more effective than Maz there. And discredit to Maz, because he's a fantastic player, but he's not an attacking fullback or a wing back. That's not his game.
Yeah. I take your point, UTFR, about giving the ball away, but I'm just saying in terms of comfortable wise, overlapping, being more confident, bombing forward. And he did give the ball away sometimes, but he also played some really nice passes as well. So I think he was better there. He's not saying much because Dalot is Dalot, but I just left wing back. I hate seeing him start there in games.
He's terrible.
Can't stand it. UTFR said Van der Sar on TV talking about stabilising the club. That bastard had our pants down with Anthony.
Yeah, true.
Yeah,
true.
It is very true. I feel sorry for Højlund, just won't and will never be good enough, but who signed him? Jesus Christ. Did you notice, especially in the first half, Mazza was a 10 in possession? Loved that from Ruben. Shows why we need a left wing back urgently. He was also a 10 in Turkey, if anyone remembers that.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, started as a number 10, which is crazy. How about signing a proven player for once, not these players that need 3 years to develop and going by this ownership, develop and sell, Ratcliffe? I agree. That's why I mentioned someone like Nkunku, because people like Ahmad in that role, right? Nkunku will have, I would go as far as to say, a similar impact, I think, in that role, because he's played it for Leipzig before. He's good on both feet. He's nippy. He's very good dribbler of the ball, but also can finish as well. I think go and get that Nkunku deal, because they were lacking so much quality in those forward areas, and we're heavily relying on Ahmad, who nearly got it done again, didn't he, towards the end?
Yeah, it's a shame. Like, I hate these offsides thing when it's that close. I think just give the benefit to the attacker, man. Like, just fucking... If the goal was scored against, like, say Fulham scored that goal and that was the offside, I'd feel a little bit guilty about celebrating that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, it's so ridiculous at this point. So I'm just like, offside is offside, but it's so annoying when it's like millimeters.
What was the stat that they said as well about Ahmad? Had he scored that? Was it 10 in... Did he say 10 goal involvements in 10 games or 10 goals?
Yeah.
I can't remember what it was. Something crazy.
He's so lethal for us, assists and goals, isn't he? Like, without Ahmad, where would we be in the league? Honestly, like, we would be so fucked.
Yeah. Some quotes coming in from the gaffer saying, not a great game, no great chances. We tried to play our game, but we need to improve a lot, and you can feel it. But this time we held the result and closed the game. It's really important to win.
Yeah.
We lack some pace and some power up front, but it is what it is. We need to have more of the ball, create more chances, and take the ball to the last third. We struggle a lot in these details. He's spoken so much about the attacking patterns. Yeah. I think he would have been fuming with Rasmus today. I know people are saying play him to a certain thing, but your whole attack completely breaks down. Obviously, going from Gyökeres to Højlund is just a major drop-off.
Sure.
You know? It's a massive drop-off. I don't mind keeping Rasmus if you want to develop him, but you've got to bring in a top-tier striker in that side.
Yeah.
We have one of the lowest goal totals in the league near Ipswich.
Yeah.
Not good enough.
No, and I think, what was the other stat I saw? Like, goals in the first half, I think the only people worse is Southampton and, not Ipswich, it's the other one, Leicester.
Yeah.
So it's just, we need to start scoring goals. And, I think we're probably not going to see, excuse me, probably not going to see a top-tier striker coming in January, if I'm honest, but summertime, it has to be a focus. Has to be, like, a big focus of getting in somebody. Can we shout out as well the away fans, because they did not stop fucking chanting the entire game, and having to watch that absolute dross of that shit. Support. Just fucking going for it all game, chanting, singing, non-stop. Fucking fair play to those away fans. Absolutely amazing.
Amarim was getting a lot of praise, wasn't he? The singing in the stands. Super backing him, which is nice to see. I mean, I think, I don't want to be a party people, but I feel like they're going a bit over top of the Xerxes thing now. Every time Xerxes comes on, they're singing. I like support, don't get it wrong, but don't go too far with it, you know. Don't start doing it every single game where we're like, you know, let's just let them play and see what they can do. I'm looking at United's record in the Premier minute, Sam. 23 matches played, 8 wins, 10 losses, 28 goals, 32 goals conceded, 7 clean sheets. So still a -4 goal difference.
Perfect. That's exactly what we want, isn't it? The only team you feel like are worse than us at the minute is like Spurs, isn't it? I think they're the only team in a worse position than we are at this point. Like, it's just...
It makes you feel a little bit better about yourself when you think, we've got it shit, but Spurs have got it even worse.
Spurs are collapsing between us. Like, it's absolutely ridiculous. They're going to be like our canary in the coal mine. So as long as they stay shit, we're not going to be relegated. We'll be all right. But as soon as if they start turning it around, we're going to start being worried and being like, oh, fuck, we need to sort this out.
Yeah, Amarin's just been speaking about the fans, actually. Says they deserve it. It's amazing. It's not normal. I know that you guys are used to this environment here, but it's not normal. So congratulations to our fans. It's a big privilege to work in this club and to give them wins. We want to give them wins, and today we did that. But like I said, we need to improve a lot. And he keeps emphasising that word a lot. He's not happy with his team, and rightfully so, by the way, because it looks... Yeah. On the pitch, it's dire at times. Yeah. I feel like they run out of ideas when they get a lot of the players don't know where to be. They can't take on instructions.
It's so slow and pedestrian all the time, isn't it? Like, it's just, there's no pace to the game. There's no quick feet. There's no one touch. No sort of like 1-2. There's none of that. It's like, you see everybody gets on the ball and then they put the foot on the ball and they're looking round. Like, where is everybody? And then they play a pass, and then somebody else stops, and they're having a look around, and then it's just so fucking slow. And if you watch Ruben Amarin's Sporting, that's the total opposite of what they were. They get the ball, bang, 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 straight through 3-4 passes. Yeah,
who's Trincao, Goncalves, and Gyökeres when they got the ball, especially against City. Yeah. If you go back and watch that game,
turn it over and go.
Electric, mate.
You had your wing backs as well, like Quenda and stuff like that, just pushing, bombing on as well, supporting. We're so far from that. So far from that.
Yeah. Which is why I'll be very, very surprised if we don't do any business in this window. Because I know the league is basically right off anyway, but I think you've got an opportunity, at least in Europa League, to go and do something. And if you bring in that little bit of extra quality, Cunha and Kunku, whoever it is, I think you give yourself a hell of a chance more by doing that. Even that win, I mean, it takes us up to 12th in the league. 29 points.
We're still not even top half of that.
4 points off Fulham, Sam.
Oh,
after beating them.
It? Fucking depressing.
Crazy. My God, we've got a mountain to climb. Let's have a look at our next couple of fixtures and see who we play, because I don't even know.
FCFB on Thursday.
Bucharest, right?
Yeah.
In the Europa League.
Yeah, away.
And then we've got Palace, is it, in the league at home?
Oh. That's a sticky game.
Which is, they've always been a bogey team for us, haven't they? But then Leicester in the FA Cup at home, which I'll take that. And then we've got a big one, Spurs away. Which
it's the battle of who's the worst team.
Yeah, who's the shittest fucking team on the planet. Yeah. Basically, whoever comes away from that can't lose that one. And then Everton and Ipswich. You've not got a tough team in reality until Arsenal at home in March. That's the 9th of March when we play them.
That's Chivy Revenge Derby, that one, isn't it?
It is, certainly is. What a name this is, by the way. New Breed Christian Ministries Uganda. Says hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. I don't know if he's singing the song there from the Shrek movie, but yeah, he's happy.
I think he's attributing God to this United result. So there you go.
Take it, absolutely. Can you imagine Dorgu and Quenda as our wing backs? I can't imagine it because United won't do it. I'd love that, but yeah. No. James McGregor, I feel like this is going to be a very, very busy summer. Sporting Sam said he isn't afraid to get rid of big players that don't train well, not the right attitude. Amarin's outs list is growing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who, when you watch this team, and we'll kind of finish on this, who are the players that you think immediately just not a fit and you would want to kind of move on or at least extract from the team and put someone else in there?
Shaw's got to go. Just can't be relied upon.
Let's say players who are fit, who are actually going to be available.
Okay. Yeah, so forget Mason Mount and Shaw for now then, because I think they need to go.
Non-existent.
I think Dallo could be on the chopping block. I think obviously he improved, but I don't think he's good enough for the system.
Too flaky.
The goalies have got to be looked at. That's an issue.
Mm-hmm.
Both for the goalkeepers, because I know Bayendi's done better, but he had that game against Spurs where he's full of mistakes as well. So it's like he's not exactly coming out clean. I think we've got a good centre-back list. I think we're all right at the centre-backs. Maguire, De Ligt, Licha, Yoro. I think that's a good thing. I wouldn't get rid of any of them at this point. Midfield, Agati, Menu, I'm fine with those. Collier, fine with that. Ericsson and Lindelof are going anyway, aren't they? So they're gone anyway.
Yeah.
The forward line's tricky, man. It's really tricky because Garnacho doesn't fit into the system, does he really? I know he's done better over the last couple of weeks and he has improved, but does he truly fit this system? I don't know if he does. I really don't know if he does. Obviously, Casemiro's got to go as well. I'd keep Xerxes because I think he might be useful for certain things, but you have to bring in a clinical forward. And then Bruno's a big question mark. He is 30 now. He's going on to be 31. Do you start moving him on? Do you start looking at Cunha? Do you start looking at somebody like that to replace him? It's interesting, man. Yeah, there's not many I would keep, to be honest with you. Mazraoui I'd keep for definite. Yeah, there's not many.
UTFR saying Onana, Dalot, Casemiro, Rashford, Højlund, Xerxes. This is mad because half of them players are all players that Ten Hag recruited over the summer and the year before that, which goes to show how badly it's been. I think this summer that's just gone, I mean, I like Delay, I like Mazraoui, but where he fits, I don't really know. Maybe he might just become a utility player. I'm not sure. Maybe. Because I think his best position in this system for me personally is the right-sided centre-half, but I think Yoro's going to grow into that role eventually and make that his home. So, it's a tricky one, man. It's a tricky one. But look, a lot of work to be done. We play Bucharest on Thursday night, which you should hope that, I think we might go through anyway. I'm not sure. We might have to get a draw.
Yeah, we've qualified anyway, I think.
Yeah.
It's just, I think the higher you finish up, the less sort of bigger teams you avoid.
As like a seeded kind of.
Yeah. So if we say, I think if we win, we could potentially finish like third or second, I think.
Yeah.
I don't think we could top the league, but say we finish third or second, I think we can like avoid the likes of like Lazio and stuff like that, which would be beneficial.
Yeah. I mean, even below us, we've got Tottenham, Anderlecht, Lyon, Galatasaray, which a lot of them teams could beat us anyway. But I think Thursday night, obviously the focus now, Amorim will be telling the players the same thing. We've got a bit of a gap until then, but obviously we'll have the usual kind of stuff, the transfer news shows, because the last couple of days of the window now, so that's going to heat up. We will be live and reacting to that straight away as soon as the news breaks, so please do turn on that notification bell. We're on 11,357 subscribers. If you are new to the show and you're currently watching at the moment, it takes 2 seconds, absolutely free. Please do hit that subscribe button. Joshua Lashike says, I'll totally be mad if we let Garnacho go. The guy can adjust. Let him. Just train him. We will regret it. I can guarantee it. Well, there's a question I'll leave you guys with. Leave it in the comments if you're watching this later on rather than live. Would you let Garnacho go or keep him now and then assess it in the summer? Some food for thought.
We will have Jason Updates coming on this week. Get his thoughts on the whole sort of PSR situation, transfers, that kind of stuff. And then we also have another special guest I'm going to confirm tomorrow morning. So as soon as I confirm that, we'll let you guys know what's happening with that as well. So yeah, please do stay around for those because that will be 2 really good shows that you don't want to miss.
Yeah. Really, really busy week for us. Appreciate you guys. Smash like in the video. United have won away and kept a clean sheet at Fulham, which I don't think anyone expected. So we'll take it for now.